talking to myself, but that's how these usually start. About 8:30 right now. So, usually I go live around 8, and that's why I say around. I'm not I don't really stick to a set schedule. It's not really like me right now. So, anyway, today we are going to continue working on my Havoc. So, uh, this is a different part, but this is for a different Marine, but it's a Havoc squad leader, if you will. So, Chaos Ascending Champion is what it's called. But he's got this large plasma rifle, and this Chad freaking one arms this thing while holding a freaking battle mace. So he's a little badass. But painting these are really fun. This is the Havoc in question that I got to paint. So getting that done. He's pretty much almost done. I just got to do some weathering on him and then base him and then should glue him together and he's ready to go. So how fun. Ellie, hello. Oh my gosh. My favorite subscriber. Hello, Ellie. Go for it, Ellie. System of a Down. Let's go. Hell yeah. Just drinking Coke Zero tonight. I don't really drink beer. I used to, but maybe when I go out to restaurants. And I guess I've had my fun and fare. So, and doing this intoxicated would probably be a bad idea. So, staying sober it was a challenge. It's a lot easier now. So, all right. Where was I? So, I want to say, which shield is this? No, this one's done. This one, I think this one belongs to the Havoc, just the regular one. Because I have one, two. I thought I had three pauldrons. Maybe not. What do I feel? What do I say? Ellie. All right. So to do weathering, especially on armor when it's black. Oh, we got some other people. Tucker Brody, what's up? Sebastian Aldapi, hey. Rudy, how's it going? Hi. Welcome. You subscribed. Oh my gosh, thank you. I need subscribers. I really appreciate it. Heck yeah, we got 15 people in here. Howdy. Soccer King, nice to meet you. Thank you for joining. Day is going well. Yeah, there's Ellie. She's just doing her thing. Hey, bro, how do I send jewels? Man, I wish. I don't have enough subscribers. I need 500 subscribers. So, I wish. But if everybody subscribes, I get higher than Oh, where'd you get that hat? Hey, thanks, man. I was in Hawaii. So I actually went to the national parks and I bought this at the national park. And I saw it and I was like, that's so cool because it's the Volcanoes National Park. So, Mental Raccoon Glass. Hey, what's up? Thank you for joining. Oh, thank you, Ruby. I'm trying so hard. Thank you, Soccer King. I love my hair too. I love it. Thank you so much for joining. You guys are awesome. Wow. I accidentally been there. You've been there? Like actually been there? Oh, what are we doing? Yep. So just painting some 40K. I got a plasma gun right here. The Havoc Ascending Champion. So I just got to paint up his plasma gun. And I got some weathering to do on the back of this Havoc. So I'll be doing that as well. Man, thank you guys. I really appreciate you being here. I know it's what is it? Is it Friday night? Yeah, it's Friday night. I got nothing going on. Not much to do in this town, so and it's cold as shit out, so I enjoy being inside and painting. Tomorrow I'll get out and about doing things. So, oh, and Mental Raccoon says my buddy in Pennsylvania does those builds. Awesome, thank you. I really need subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you. Happy Friday. I liked your stream. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. Heck yeah. I've been doing this for a little while, so um, I'm by no means an expert, but I consider myself better than average. You know what I mean? So, Mental Raccoon Glass said he hit 300 subs today. Hell yeah. Hey, everybody, subscribe to Mental Raccoon Glass and Soccer King 564, please. Awesome. Kung Fu Panda 457. I love that name. That's fun. Yep. Y'all help each other out. Subscribe to each other. If you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you. That's my promise. So, yeah, you're super welcome. Mental Raccoon Glass. What do you do on YouTube? What do you do? You're another creator, huh? Thank you, Soccer King. Thank you, sir. I'll sub back to you. Awesome. I got 23 people in here. What a sweet Friday night. I'm not alone. Yay. I got friends. Ellie's like, I wake up in the morning sinking halfway to the bottom. There's a loud, distorted scream in my soul. Everything is dark and empty. I don't know how to fix it, so I curl up in a ball. She's doing lyrics, guys. Don't worry about it. She does song lyrics. She's a longtime subscriber. She's an OG, so it's okay. Let her do her thing. She's great. Yes, absolutely, Soccer King. Kung Fu Panda said I got 390 subs. Dang. Awesome. Dang, I got some real YouTubers in here, huh? It's always interesting when like YouTubers like watch other YouTubers, because I watch other YouTubers also. So, but if you sub to me, I'll sub to you. And if you're looking for subs, just shout out in there and people subscribe to their channel, help each other out. Anyway, back to painting. With a vortex marble in the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed just made some glass snowmen today. Oh, so are you a glass blower? Oh, that's sweet. That is so cool, dude. I remember I was in Italy and I was in Venice and we got to go on a tour and there was a glass blowing company, Venetian Glass. You're probably familiar with it, but they had like a live demonstration. It was really cool. I'll never forget that. And then we could go and buy stuff, but everything was really expensive. And I was like, I don't want to break anything in my luggage traveling back home. So I didn't. I did buy some cufflinks though. They had some cool like glass made cufflinks, so I bought those and I wore those at my wedding. So yeah, super cool. So anyway, as I paint usually, I like to always check my subject. You try and make art that's affordable. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Yeah, I love artists. I'm an artist myself. And it's just I am of the same way. It's not like I'm giving it away for free. No. But if I do commission work, like I'm fair about it, you know what I mean? But I've met artists who are struggling and they're selling their stuff for like 600, 700, $1,000 and they're just sitting on a bunch of inventory and of course, you know, people will buy their prints because it's cheaper. And it's like I want to own an original, but like I don't have that kind of money, you know what I mean? Like um but every artist decides, you know, what their art is worth, and you know, shame on you to decide otherwise. But so anyway, what I'm doing is I'm doing some. What I'm doing is I see this. I'm making it weathered. So I like a instead of a straight paint, I like to make it look like beaten, bashed, things like that. Um, And then Mentor Raccoon said, I try to make art that's affordable. Every man's art, nothing like anyone else. Nothing like anyone else. Oh, that's cool. Kung Fu Panda says I sell Pokemon on eBay. That's dope. That is good. Do you send it to PC? Do you do PSA stuff or because we did that? We sold a couple like OG cards and made a couple $100. Nothing crazy, but we sent a bunch of new ones into PSA, and man, we didn't get any tens, not a single one. And even the ones that we thought we would get a 10 on, and we tried to, you know, listen to the pros. They said, you know, put them in a penny sleeve or make sure you put them in a certain type of case when you send it in, um, you know, stuff like that. Take good pictures. And then we finally got our cards back after like a month and a half of waiting, and none of them were 10s. And we're like, are you kidding me? And if it's not a 10, it's like borderline not going to cost. You're not going to get much out of it. But baseball cards, you'd be surprised. So let's see here. That's awesome, though. LED says there's been something wrong with me because all I see is death every time I go outside. I look like I've been doing meth. Oh my god! And I sleep for 19 hours on a Thursday afternoon every now and then I cough up blood. Oh my gosh, she's crazy. I love it. She's got the lyrics going. I hope those are lyrics. God, I hope those are lyrics. I'm sure they are. Kung Fu Panda says I just do normal rainbows. Gotcha. And then Mental Raccoon Glass says, I think they get beat up just being packaged. Yeah. Yeah, I've opened up packs like on camera, and then you look at it and there's a little bit of damage, and I'm like, crap. Well, this would have been worth $3,000, but now it's worth like $80. But hey, if it's worth more than the pack you bought it from, that's all that matters. So, and you can get some really good hits. So that's really cool, man. That's always like EV evolutions and all that. Like really, it is kind of fun. I think it's a good time. Um, like in the '90s, it was not like that at all. It was like, I mean, people were selling them, but like they weren't going for that much. At least in my opinion, like early 2000s. But um, and it kind of got shelved for a while, but then it picked back up with Pokemon Go, and people just started loving it again. And silently, Pokemon's just been doing its own thing. And then I think when COVID hit, people were just kind of like looking for hobbies or collecting, and that's when it also took off. Along with like Magic, like Magic the Gathering, MTG as it's called. So I mean, people just. I mean, I'm cool with it, man. Guys, I've waited in line. I've waited for Pokemon cards, and I get them, and I'm excited to rip them open and see what's inside. So it is a fun. It's a part of the hunt, right? So we all have to have something to do, or else we go kind of crazy. So 40K is my kind of thing. That's what I do right now. That's all I do, pretty much. This, and I do like old school gaming. So Kung Fu Panda says, "Soccer King." Whose channel are you talking about? Let's see here. Oh, we got a bunch of chats. I really appreciate everybody. Thank you. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I just watch your channel, but really fun to watch. Thank you, Soccer King. I really appreciate it. I'm trying. There are. It's helped by Pink Guy. Oh yeah. Ellie. Mental Raccoon says sit alone too. Soccer King, whose channel you talking about? Soccer King says his, probably mine. So thank you so much. Kung Fu Panda said, bro, did he know he just got 2 subs? Oh, I know. Thank you. It doesn't. It shows up as top fan, I think, but usually there's like a notification that says that I've gotten 2 subs, and I really appreciate that. Every single sub matters. Every single one. Ellie's doing System of a Down. Kick it, Ellie. Let's go. So I'm just going to continue painting, hanging out. Here, another thing I love doing is a lot of my subscribers while I'm painting, they'll just tell me jokes, and we'll just have jokes going back and forth in the chat. So if y'all have any like funny jokes or anything, like feel free to put them in the chat, and I'll read them off, and it makes me laugh. So that's another thing I do too to have fun with this channel is just if you got any jokes, whatever, I'll say them. I don't care. We got blonde jokes, we got dirty jokes, we got freaking you name it, we got it. So if it gets too raunchy though, I can't post it as a video. I just keep it live because I don't want my channel getting taken down. But I'll talk about it. I won't get in trouble talking about it if I post it. So, and then soccer mental raccoon glass said, "Did you know?" ... If putting a pickle in a Christmas tree is a tradition since the late 1800s. I did know that. Do you know in Germany, the Christmas trees are hung upside down? There's a ceiling rack and they hang them upside down. It's crazy as hell. Never believed it. So yeah. Another crazy thing about Christmas trees is that, like, back in the day, they used to put candles on them to light the trees. So they didn't have like strands of lights, right? So they literally used candles in their homes in pine trees. Like, that's crazy. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. Ellie, don't cry. Please don't cry. No, no, no. What's wrong, Ellie? Is it the song? Is the song hitting you again? All right, let's see. Doing some weathering. I'm not AI either, and I'm not like begging for money or anything like that. I'm just on here doing my thing. I'm just trying to grow my channel. I made a glass pickle ornament. My wife asked how I knew about the tradition. Hell, it was a joke for another channel. Ellie says yes. All right, continuing on. Where are y'all from? One of you said you're from Pennsylvania. I like to meet people from all over. Ellie, you're from Michigan, aren't you? I'm pretty sure she's out of Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. So I try to remember everybody. So there's some certain subs. After a while, I get to know them. And Ellie does like cosplay, so that's her hobby. She makes it like from scratch. Ellie's in New York. My bad. Oh, New York. Okay, cool. So Mental Raccoon Glass is also in New York. Interesting. Look at that. Look at that. New York. I'm in Rochester, Minnesota. So, but I do have a cousin who lives in Rochester, New York. He's going to a professional musical for the Arts Academy out there. He's a clarinet player, so he does symphony. Talented guy. I've been to New York myself, and I like it. I think it's freaking cool, man. I wouldn't ever want to live there, but like I visited New York, and I was like, this is such a cool city. There's so much going on. Like here in Minnesota, there ain't much going on, man. We got nothing. So that's why I'm a little Warhammer painter. I'm not originally from this area. We moved here. But it's been all right. It's kind of boring, to be honest. Not much going on. So, yes, that's correct. Mental Raccoon Glass. That's correct. Yep. I think is it Juilliard? Maybe. Yeah, but he's going to the best one. He got accepted in. He was in the Junior Chicago Symphony Orchestra as well. His father's also a clarinet player, so he's where he needs to be. I can't remember if it's Juilliard or the other one. There's another one. I can't remember. It's like the name of somebody. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you got a buddy from Minnesota. Oh, that's good. I got a friend here too, Peter. He's up in the Twin Cities, so Soccer King says I only have 30. You mean 30 what, my bro? All right, so I got the back of them painted really good. I got it really scuffed up looking. And then what I do is once I did the lead belcher, I'll take the Rune Lord brass and I go over it. It looks really nice. Makes it almost look a little rusted. So LED says, sorry I punched you in the junk yesterday, Deku, and that's Coda. So she quotes anime. She loves her anime. How fun. Mental Raccoon says, takes time. Took me 6 6 months to get 50 subs. Dang. That's true. That is true, Mental Raccoon. I like I was like at 100 or so, and then I got 50. Just because of one live I did, I had 20,000 views on it, which is insane. And I got 50 plus subscribers just on that alone. So that was one night. And then after that, it's kind of been steady. It's been steady. I'm trying to get to that 500. That's the goal. Once you hit that 500, that's when you can start, people can, gift you things, and it helps a lot. I don't have a Cash App. I got a Venmo, but, there's like other channels I watch on here, other people who go live, and they're like, we're trying to get to 1 million subs. I'm like, 1 million? Dang, dude, that takes a lot of work to get to 1 million. It's not impossible, though. But it's really cool, and it's for me. I've been doing YouTube for a little while. I'm not like amazing at it by any stretch of the imagination, but I want to do this full time. It's always been kind of something I wanted to do. Where's the chapstick? Oh my god. LED. Where's the chapstick? That's funny. Me and my wife were actually just talking about that. We were just talking about that because she looked it up, and that one video's got like 30 million views or something crazy like that. Like, oh my god, dude. That thing was like from, what, 16, 17 years ago? But she's got 30 million views on that one silly video. Man, I remember YouTube in the early days. It was nothing like it is today, man. It was like the Wild West. It was like vines and stuff, and you could just do the silliest thing, or maybe you could do something really cool, like a one-man band type of thing, and you get like so many subscribers from that, or so many views, and then all of a sudden you're an internet star, right? Still, you could become an internet star overnight. The Chewbacca laughing mask, you guys probably remember that. That dang Haktua girl. She became very famous over one interview, and that was the only thing she had going for her. So, Shigarakai don't have chapstick. James Tactics, hey, how's it going? Hello, friend. Thank you for joining again. I remember you. You got any jokes, James? What you got, buddy? Mixing up some paint. Sorry, it's really loud, but you gotta really shake the paint up. You gotta look for a good consistency, which I got great consistency. So whenever you're mixing paint, it should look creamy and smooth, just like that. Not chunky, not too thin. Just put a little bit on just a little bit. You don't need to glob it. And that's how you do mini painting right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let's see, what can I do here? I want to fix this up. So some of this, if you ever paint and you're like, oops, I messed something up. The great thing about painting is you could just literally take a little brush, and you just paint over your mistake, and it's like it didn't even happen. So, Diego, what's up, man? Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for joining. Go. What? Soccer King 564 says I haven't gained 1 sub in 4 days. Oh man. Well, I'll subscribe to you, Soccer King. Yeah. When's the last time you posted a video, man? Yep, Mental Raccoon says make a good short and bring some views in. 100%. That's something I'm working on too. I'm working on doing shorts. Um, I do lives just to like interact, and see how everyone's doing. And it's all authentic. None of it's fake. It's all real. None of this is staged. There's no green screen. I'm not working for some company. Gosh darn it. Keep dropping it. I found my chapstick. Most amount of views is 1.5 thousand. Gotcha. I have a couple of ones like that, and then the big one I got with the 20,000 views, that was fucking wild, man. I can't post it because it's got inappropriate language in it and inappropriate content. So if I post it, unfortunately, it will get flagged and it will probably be taken down. So I'm not even gonna chance it. But I did really good on that. It was one live stream. Crazy as hell. There were so many people in there. I was like, what is going on? Why are you watching me? But thank you. It was really fun. It was fun. Oh, there you go. King564. Okay. Sweet. So you just found your channel. You got another sub. See? Boom. There you go. And I'll sub to both of you guys after this live. So, because I can see who subs to me. And I can go, I can just sub right now. Let me see. Am I able to do that? I think I have to cancel it. So I don't want to turn this off just to do that. But after the live stream, I will subscribe to you. I don't watch everybody's channel, right? But if it's something interesting, I will definitely watch it. So like glass blowing, that's pretty fucking dope. So I like watching that stuff. Any artists like LED? You could probably post some videos, Ellie. I know you could. You do some really cool cosplay stuff. I'm surprised you don't. Unless if you have a Instagram. I don't know if you have an Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, Ellie. But you got a really cool hobby trade yourself. So. All right. 32 subs. Hey, there you go. Awesome. Yay. Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. I love that. That's silly. That's the only part of the song I know. I feel like it's the only part of the song anybody knows, that old song. I love that part. Chickadee Chinese, the Chinese chicken. Something, 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 something. Oh my god. Alright, we're getting there. Thanks. You're welcome, Ellie. The brain starts ticking. Oh, that's how it is. Yep. I always just go something, 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 something. I remember when that song came out. When that song came out, that was a banger, man. Everyone's like, "Whoa, white people can rap and not Vanilla Ice." It's like I want to make a meme of like some people in the hood, and they're like, "Oh, you guys think you can rap, huh?" And we're like Eminem, Vanilla Ice, and then that one song. Oh man. Yep. Mental Raccoon Glass. I know that band too. Yep. We're probably the same generation. When that song came out, that was a banger too, man. Oh my god. Yep. Do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Hell yeah. Fun times. Fun times. How old am I? I am 34. Ooh. Jeez, I am a 90s baby. Sometimes I feel like I'm 54, so. Mental Raccoon Glass is like born 1989. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're like the same. You're a millennial, I'm millennial. You can consider yourself Gen X, I guess, but you probably, I don't know, what side do you go with? You're probably more millennial than Gen X, so. Hell yeah. Soccer King says I'm 12. Well, it's alright, man. I remember being 12. That was a good age. That was a good age. That was good. I liked being 12. It was fun. Riding my bikes around and doing silly stuff, hanging out with your friends, going to school. Oh man. Remember these days, my friend, Soccer King, because you're going to look back on them. Even if you don't think it now, you're going to look back and be like, wow, that was a really good time. So, I know it sucks being a kid sometimes. You don't have any money, you know. I know how that is. And you're like, oh, man. Like, I'm an adult. I've been an adult. And I do a lot of adult stuff. So, um, but being an adult kind of sucks, man. Sometimes it kind of sucks. It's got its pros, it's got its cons, but enjoy being a kid. Have fun. Be safe. Don't do anything too crazy. But like, ask the girl out. Freaking shoot your shot, bro. Like live it up while you can. Go do things that you want to do, Go do things physically that you've always wanted to do. Hang out with your friends. If you want to game all night, you can game all night. Like do that, man. But and take advantage of good opportunities. Like if you go on vacation or like don't be moping around all day, like fucking enjoy it. Enjoy it. Kung Fu Panda's like, bro, I'm back. What happened? Where'd you go? Oh, sweet. Everyone sub to Soccer King. Yep. Yes, please do. Oh. Oh, mental raccoon glass. No. Oh man, that's really sad. I'm fucking sorry. Damn. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, no, I understand. Oh, Maddie's here. She's in the chat, so she's watching me. Hi, Maddie. The rarest type of brain cancer? Oh my god, dude. I am so sorry. Damn, that is. I couldn't even imagine. I literally could not even imagine. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine losing anyone to cancer. All my a lot of my older people that passed away all passed away from lung cancer because they all smoked, you know. But brain cancer is, especially in a child, that's really, that's yeah, man. Mm. Mm. I know you were a mental raccoon. I don't know you, but I know that you did everything you could to make that child's life the best that you could. I've no doubt in my mind, man. I'm so sorry. That's really fucking sad. I'm sorry. Well, what can you tell us about him? Maddie, calm down. I like bunnies and otters. Yes, I do. Yes. He loved YouTube. Aw. Yeah. I love YouTube too. Yeah, it's how I learned to do a lot of things. I learned how to ride a motorcycle. Like I bought a motorcycle, I fixed it up, and I learned how to ride off YouTube. Like that's crazy. Yeah, man. That is heavy. What type of videos did you like on YouTube? Maddie says, Ellie, this is my husband. All right. Ellie's got a joke. Let's hear it. LA Beast. I'm not familiar with that one. I'm possessive. Maddie, stop possessing people. We're not possessing anybody. Meow. You know what I'm doing. Oh, funny animals? Oh, good. Maddie says, okay, bye, I'm going back to the bar. Okay, be safe. You enjoy it, please. Oh, his favorite video game was Doom? Oh, man. I love Doom. My dad came. That's the joke. Thank you, Ellie. All right, bye, Maddie. Thank you. hearts and love. Thank you. I appreciate it. We all need that. We all need that, but I need it a lot too. Tonight's kind of lonely, so not doing too much, but I'm glad that everybody's on here. It helps a lot. Ellie says bye. All right, so back to painting. I just put some varnish on just to. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I love it. So doing some varnish, making sure everything's good in here. Yeah. Ellie says I have an idea. Mental Raccoon Glass says not a lot because it's hard, but he's there. Yeah. Damn. Of course, Mental Raccoon. Harrison. Yeah. I wish I could say more. I don't know what else to say. But that's really sad. I'm glad you're continuing to honor him and to remember him. And now that you told me his story, I get to share in that. That's a beautiful thing. It really is. Mm. Kung Fu Panda said, you know the crash near Monroe Woodbury? Not familiar. And then LED says, I don't get in a car crash. LED drive? She has to drive. I'm sure she does. Magnus said, what faction you playing? I am Chaos, bro. Black Legion. And if you're Magnus, I know what that means. You're Thousand Sons. Love it. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Mentor Raccoon said he was special, made everyone happy. Kung Fu Panda said my friend got into a car crash. Oh. Ellie says, yes, I drive. Okay. I'm sure you do. I've been in a few car crashes. Two of them, one of them was definitely my fault. The other one was just being dumb with friends, and I wasn't the driver, but scary. I've been in a couple. Oh, Magnus says I'm not Thousand Sons. He's a guard player. Well, heck yeah, dude. I got Imperial Guard too. I got Krieg. So I play Chaos and I play Krieg, so that's awesome. Thank you. I love having 40K fans in here because I just want to nerd out and talk about it because I have no one to talk about it with. I have no one. I have like one real friend in real life who actually like knows the lore and I can like nerd out with him, but he lives in freaking Ohio, so I never see him. Mental Raccoon Glass said just got my first tattoo last week of his name on my left arm. That's beautiful. That's good. That's good, man. Kung Fu Panda said, well, he made it alive, but he sprained his ankle. That's pretty good if you get into a car crash and you only sprain your ankle. I mean, that still sucks. But I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad they're okay. I don't want to, I'm glad that they're okay. So I'm sorry that happened to your friend. That's really sad. Magnus said, I'm painting Krieg too. Just started out. Hell yeah. Mental Raccoon Glass said, just so nerd out, man. Heck yeah. Uh, LED says, I sleep in my house sometimes. Sometimes? What do you mean sometimes, Ellie? You don't sleep in your house? You sleep in your car? No. Diego says, I love Deathcore Krieg. So do I. Absolutely. So we got a couple 40K fans in here. Hell yeah. Sour King says, hey, I'm back. Welcome back, brother. I know nothing of this, but I'll be the hype guy. Thank you, Mental Raccoon Glass. I appreciate it. Heck yeah. Kung Fu Panda says, thanks for all the kind words. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Ellie says, sometimes I go outside and crash. Yeah. You like camping? Or you mean you just go outside and just What regiment have I painted? I think it's the 124th. Like the siege regiment. So I got them locked away though. Yeah. Yeah, I got them locked. I got my my Krieger locked up. I'm not gonna go get him right now, but I have my Black Legion here. Some of them. That's not all of them, but I just got them on a little metal tin. So, and I got more than this. Oh yeah. And Soccer King says, "What's your favorite video game if you play them?" Um, with friends, I really like Mario Party. I really like Mario Party. I think Mario Party is very fun. So, Kung Fu Panda says, I might make a video of every one of my subs to sub to you, man. You're a kind guy. Thank you. I need that. I would love that. Thank you. I'd appreciate that. That would be amazing. I'm trying to get to 500. 500 is the goal. You know. Thank you. I would love. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. We need to get this man up to 500. Yeah, that's my goal. That's because I do this full time. I'm not working. I got a mental disability. Unfortunately, I was in the military for 11 years, so I'm not talking too much about that. But this is kind of my therapy, and painting and hanging out and being online and like being able to talk to people and meet people. It's like it's hard to socialize in the world, so this is kind of how I socialize for now. uh LED says, I just bring a blanket and a pillow and sleep. I mean, if you gotta do what you gotta do, right, girl? You gotta do what you gotta do. I've never slept outside, like, unless if it was like camping or in the military, you know. Magnus says, what branch were you in? I was in the Marine Corps. Yep, yep, 11 years. So I did 11 years in the Marine Corps. So, and I don't regret it. I regret things that I didn't do. Um, but it was a good experience. Yeah, it made me who I am today, but it also really fucked me up. So, um, like I'm glad I did it, but then I also wonder like what if I never did it, you know? So, um, LED says the pavement is nice. LED, do not be sleeping on the pavement. Please no. Is that real, Ellie? Do you actually sleep on the pavement? Hmm. I know about the fucked up parts where I'm at after. Yeah, man. Damn. Don Yan 13. You wouldn't be the person you are today if you didn't. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your support. Yep. Yeah, it's yeah. I'm glad I did it. I met a lot of really good people. I got to go to a couple different places. I got to do some really cool stuff. So I didn't get to do art as much as I wanted, but I got to do my art. Um, like I did a couple plaques for the military. I've designed challenge coins, so I got to do that. I've even did 2 tattoo designs for buddies, and one of my buddies actually got the tattoo, which is crazy. He asked me to do it in boot camp, and I actually did it. So, uh, LED says yes, it's cold and lit. All right, Ellie, you go do that. Yep. Don Yen says that's cool. And I do. Yeah, it is. It's nice. It's nice. I get to grow my hair out. I used to have a, buzz cut and everything. I don't look anything like I used to. So I was a staff sergeant. So if any of my guys saw me today, they'd be like, "Staff sergeant, what happened to you, man?" So, but it's been kind of nice. I've been rediscovering who I am. Because when you're in the military, you're a certain way. You're expected to be a certain way from sun up to sundown. And especially the higher up you get in rank, you're expected to present yourself a certain way, to talk a certain way, to perform a certain way. So, but once you get out, I got out of the military. I could have done 20 years, but I was like looking down the line. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm pretty beat up, pretty tired of everything, to be honest. So I had to take a break, and once I took a break from it, then I kind of like realized like maybe it's time for me to step away from it. So yeah, yeah, and then the Afghan withdrawal, everything like that, really brought up a lot of my PTSD because I was there. So when I saw Afghanistan fall and that shit happened, and I was watching it, like, what the fuck? I was just I drank so much that night. I got so drunk. I was screaming at the TV. I was so mad, and I just haven't been the same since. Watching that on TV when that happened, it broke a part of me, and that was years ago. And I'm still reeling from it. It still makes me mad because then I'm like, why are we over there for almost 20 years? We were in Iraq and Afghanistan, and we basically leave, and I already knew the Afghans were going to give up. I trained those guys. They don't want to fight. They're all tired from fighting because they've been fighting for thousands of years. So it's like you hand them a gun and they're like, "All right, shoot at this target." They're like, "Okay." Like they don't know what they're doing. They're not trained well. We could give them all the money in the world, and as soon as the Taliban comes, they're like, "Oh, give up, take everything." So, um, LED says, "Bro, I sleep and eat and I cosplay. I drink, I play music, and I sleep outside." That's dope. Mental Raccoon Glass says, "Ricky, stop shooting at squirrels." But I don't want to be too much of a downer. I try to. Magnus says, "What kind of music do you listen to?" He's asking you, Ellie. What kind of music do you listen to? Don Yan says, "Damn, that sucks. My grandpa was in the Korean War, 65th Infantry. All his stories, it breaks you. But give yourself the opportunity to get back up." Yeah, Korea it's the quiet war, right? Like nobody really talked about it, but it was pretty freaking bad. It was. It's I've watched a couple about it, and I've met a couple Korean veterans, not many. There's not many of them, but that whole era was very interesting. Um, I did meet one, and he was at a wood shop because I went there to go buy some stuff, and he was in the army, and he was there during the Korean War and how cold it was and everything, and he was telling me some stories about it and what it's like to look across the 38th parallel. No, that's Vietnam. I know it's the DMZ, but I think there's a name for it. Forgive me, my history's a little rusty on the Korean War. But I know during that time, like Dwight D. Eisenhower was, sorry to get all boring on you guys, but I think it's kind of interesting. He was trying to get the whole military to turn into like a nuclear military because he thought nuclear bombs were the way of the future. You know, it's like, why even, you don't even need armies anymore. You could just press a button and blow up an entire country or an entire city, which was very interesting. So LED says, I like pirate metal, rock metal, and whatever System of a Down is. Yeah, I don't know what genre it is. Don Yan says, while you paint your havocs, I'll paint what, mow your heretics down, land speeder. Oh, that's awesome. So you're another 40K guy. Yes. Oh my gosh. Diego says, bye, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Diego. You have a good night. Thanks for stopping by as always, friend. Magnus's System of a Down is cool. LED says the list goes on and on. Magnus says I listen to a ton of Alice in Chains. Fuck yeah, I love Alice in Chains. I saw him in Chicago with the new lead singer. Forgive me, I don't know his name, but I was there and I remember being in Chicago, and I like closed my eyes and I could hear Lane Stanley just singing, and I was like, he sounds so much like him, you know? So I was like hearing all my favorite Alice in Chains songs, and I'm trying to imagine it, you know, like um, if Lane was still there, but his spirit was there for sure. His spirit is definitely there. So if you ever get the chance to see Alice in Chains live, definitely recommend it. They still sound great, and they got some new songs too. Not bad. Not bad. Some new good, you know, that's nice to hear. I'm glad that band's still kicking around. And when Lane Stanley died, that was just so sad. That was so sad. Um, that was a really sad time. Yeah. Magnus says my favorite song. Oof. My favorite Alice in Chains song. That is a great question. I have to think about that one. I'm gonna have to think about that one, my friend. That is a great. I should know that, shouldn't I? Part of me wants to go to Down in a Hole, but you know, I'm like, well, it's kind of a sad song. You know, I mean, a lot of Alice in Chains songs are pretty sad. So, but I like "Damn the River." I love "Damn the River." That's a badass song, dude. So you couldn't damn that river. I love that song. That song's badass. Oh, Grind, yes, Grind is sweet. Sludge Factory, absolutely. Oh, Rain When I Die. Yeah. Rain When I Die is like, dude, that song hits so hard. That's probably one of my favorite. Yeah, that's a really good song. And yeah. LED, do you know about Alice in Chains? You'd probably love Alice in Chains. I bet you would if you listened to them. You definitely would, Ellie. You want to talk about crying while listening to music? Psh, turn that shit on. Yeah, Rain When I Die is badass. That's a fuck. They got some good songs. That is definitely my kind of shit, man. I wish I could play music while doing this live, but the freaking problem is YouTube will copyright strike me. So I did one video one time, and I had music in the background while painting, and I was just loving it. And I posted it, and it literally said, "Copyright strike, do not do this again." And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So dumb. So I wish I could play music, because I'd be definitely blasting some Alice in Chains if I could. Yeah, same here, Magnus. No, for real, same. Yeah. It's just the emotion of it, and it's just like the lyrics. It's so they're so freaking good. They really are. One of my best friends, that's his favorite band, is Alice in Chains. And yeah, I mean, Alice in Chains is like absolutely up there for me. So I just love grunge in general. I really do. I love grunge. It's definitely like what I grew up listening to, what I was, you know, the first time I heard Rooster, I was like, "Holy shit, man! That is." And then I learned about what Rooster's about, and I'm like, "Oh my god, man! This is heavy. They got it's a heavy song. It is heavy, not just like a rock standpoint, but it's just a good fucking song, and it's just like, man, it's so good. Yeah, check it out, Ellie. Check it out. They kick ass. They are badass, man. R.I.P. to Lane Stanley, though. Passed away, unfortunately. Way too young, and he, I don't know if they ever said why he died, but I know that he might have had HIV, turning to AIDS. But I know he was really into heroin, and he just couldn't kick it. It was really hard for him, and unfortunately, he just kind of secluded himself, and then one day he just stopped showing up, and the people who recognized him or knew they would go around doing stuff, they're like, "Hey, where's he at? Let's go check on him." And they go to his house, and they find him, and unfortunately he was gone. He was like, man, he probably weighed like 90 pounds soaking wet by the end of everything. It's really sad what happened to him, and I can't even imagine what that guy was going through. So LED says, yeah, a drug overdose. Yeah. Yep. So, and then LED says, "What do you think Toga smells like?" What do you mean, Ellie? What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Don Yan says, it's the best singers I remember reading about Chester Bennington. Magnus says Chester is great. Hell yeah. I like Nine Inch Nails too. Oh yeah, this guy's coming along really well. LED says, "What do you think Toga smell?" Oh, you're asking like, I need to know for a cosplay what a toga smells like. Uh, I mean, if you, I imagine wine, like a white wine smell. If you want to know, that's what I think of. So, Kung Fu Panda says, "I'm back once again. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us." Magnus says, "R.I.P. to Chester and Lane." Magnus says, "What's up, bro? Welcome back, Kung Fu." Man, talking about Games Workshop. What do you guys think about the new 500 Worlds thing? What do you guys think about that? The new 500 Worlds campaign that's coming out, probably for 11th edition, more than likely. So, Sour King says, "Same. I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back, friend. LED says she's 17. Oh, because you're doing a cosplay for someone else? Then another smell. Go for like what would a toga smell like? Maybe a vanilla. How does that sound? Like a nice vanilla. I think vanilla would be a good smell for you to do. Don Yan says end of 10th for Ultramar. Absolutely. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Hell yeah. Like I'm pretty well versed in 10th. I just hope they don't change it up. I mean, I'm saying this now. I hope they don't change it up too much because then you have to relearn everything, but maybe some people want that, you know. I know there's a lot of things that were changed from 9th to 10th, like 8th to 9th to 10th, and a lot of people don't like 10th. So, and Magnus said I just got back into the hobby again, so I don't know a lot about it. Yeah, dude, it's I think it's an interesting idea, and I love the fact that they're like Captain Titus, a captain of the Ultramarines, is going to retake 500 worlds within the Ultramar system with his company. That's it. One company of Space Marines for 500 worlds. Where's Marnius Calgar in this? Where's the chapter master? Where is Lord Gilliman? I know he's like, what? What? He's like, retake the 500 worlds from the Xenos, retake the worlds from the Heretics, retake the worlds from Chaos. So they want Captain Titus to retake over 500 worlds within the Ultramar system, which, by the way, if you didn't know this, the Ultramar system is one of the farthest systems from Terra. So, like during the Horus Heresy, when Gilliman was still stuck in his Ultramar system, it would take so long, and there was a huge warp storm too that didn't allow him to go back to Terra. He didn't even know about it. No one could relay anything, so we had no idea. By the time he knew anything, it would take so long for him to even get to Terra. You know, they showed up eventually. You know, like they had to show up in some capacity, and then of course they went on the crusade after that to kick all the bad guys back into the warp. So, let's see. Let me go back for. I'm glad you're back into the hobby, Magnus. I'm relatively new to the hobby. I've known about the lore for decades. So I know a lot about the lore. But actually playing or actually painting, like we're talking like within a year. Which is crazy, by the way, but I just never really like had time, and now excuse me. I finally have time to actually like look into the hobby, and like I'm having a lot of fun with this. I really am. And like there's a lot of haters of GW, and like for me, I'm like, dude, I'm just glad this hobby even exists. You know what I mean? Like there's just it's okay to bitch, it's okay to complain, but it's like every time GW does something good or like they're actually doing stuff, people are like, "Yeah, but what about this? Yeah, but what about that? Yeah, but what about this?" I'm like, "Y'all need to chill." At least you're getting updates. At least they're creating new models. At least they're working on things. Like they have freaking Warhammer Plus. They have Space Marine 2 that came out. Like, oh my god, man. Like, dude, Games Workshop has been very busy. Also, I own their stock. If you want a good stock to invest in, I've made a lot of money off of Games Workshop. I own like 15 or 20 of their stocks, and I've made a couple grand. So, if you want to really like own a pretty good stock in an overseas company, highly recommended. ASML as well. That's a microchip company, but anyway, Mr. Grizzly Guy says, I goon to you, JK. Don Yan says they said 11th will be backwards compatible with all old codexes, so there won't be many changes. I love 10th. Good. Okay. So there's someone who said they love 10th. Like so far, I've been watching 10th on like Tabletop Tactics. I've played like a little bit, like a 500-point game or whatever, but like small stuff, nothing crazy. Excuse me. But like I'm pretty comfortable with 10th. Like even just looking at it, I'm like I could probably figure this out. It's Kung Fu Panda says bro has so much aura. Magnus Mag said they already have whole chapters to do that. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. The second chapter is Master of the Watch. It's his duty. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. Like why is it like, protecting Ultramar is totally different. But not just that, but like reclaiming lost worlds. Because I think Gilliman was able to claim all the home worlds right before the Emperor came. So he like had that place locked down. He had the most amazing civilization that he made in the Ultramar system. When the Emperor showed up, he was like, "Damn, my son's been busy. He has reclaimed. Not only has he conquered his world, he's also at the top of it, and he's also spanning out to other systems within his own system. You know what I mean? Like he's Gilliman is a very busy man. Knock him if you will. Maybe he's not the strongest Primarch, but that guy, man, he is phenomenal. And the Ultramarines are probably some of the best Marines out there. As much as I love, like I think the Raven Guard are badass, but like clearly they're not that good if they get wiped out every freaking. I mean, they got screwed over a lot too with their genetics and everything. And like I love, I love learning about like Blood Angels. Like Blood Angels are badass too, and they're still hanging in there. They're still doing really good. And now they have Primaris, which is kind of a wary thing. So, and then let's see here. LED says, I'll pour the vanilla stuff you bake with on. Yeah, there you go. See? Yeah, just give it some vanilla there, LED. Magnus said, I didn't know the Ultramar system was far from Terra. Yep, no problem. Yeah, it's the farthest one from Terra. So it's really far out there. And then I'm new to the hobby and lore, just getting in at the very end of 9th and kind of lost interest, but I'm back now. And that was a great time to be in, man. Don Yan says, hell yeah, it's so great to paint these plastic soldiers. I know, right? Like I'm a full-grown man, and I just love painting these little things. I really do. I enjoy it. Let me see if this guy's dried. He's probably... Yeah, I could put some varnish on him. Yeah, I think he's done, actually. I'm pretty happy with how he looks. Yep. I think I'll throw some varnish on it. And I just use Vallejo satin varnish, so. Don Yan said he soloed Angron and Lorgar. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Like that's... Yeah. And Mortarion. He did try to fight Fulgrim, and he did lose. That's how he got wounded, of course, with the neck slash. He almost got decapitated, essentially. But Gilliman did finally lose to Fulgrim, and I would love to see a rematch. I would love to see a rematch between Gilliman now and Fulgrim now. So that would be really cool to see that. I'm sure that would be a very fun thing in the lore, especially if Gilliman recognizes it. He's like, you got me last time, but this time I got Dad on my side. So the Emperor of Mankind, he has the Emperor's freaking sword. Like, oh my God, that's awesome. I know that was a while ago, when Gilliman was revived, but like still, there's so much more to that needs to be expanded on. So, and also another thing people don't know, I got in to 40K because of the Ultramarines. I was in Afghanistan, and I went to our little chapel on our tiny base. This is not a fob. This is a tiny little base in Garmshire, Afghanistan. And there was a little chapel, and they had books in there. And I remember like looking over all the books, and I saw this big chunky book. And on the front, it had a freaking guy with a gun, and it said, The Ultramarines Omnibus. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was all sci-fi looking. and I started flipping through it, and I was like, this is badass, man. So I took it, and I read that thing from cover to cover during my deployment. I could not put that book down. It was so freaking good. So, um, LED says, I'm looking forward the day when we have a new house together for our kids to have fun with my autocorrect help. I hate autocorrect. LED, what are you talking about? You have kids? What? Magnus Mag says, this is my favorite live I've watched. Not gonna lie. Thanks, brother. Thank you, dude. You're awesome. I enjoy this conversation. You're a lot like me. And we're like the same, age and everything. Yeah, my friend got me into 40K with the Ultramarines. Yep, the Ultramarines get you. LED says I was trying to do a song lyric, but autocorrect fucked it up. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. And then Magnus said played the Knights too since. Hell yeah, dude. Knights are freaking sick. I actually got I got my War Dogs painted. I'll show you my War Dogs. I got my War Dogs done. So these are my freaking War Dogs. So this one's Mongrel, and I customized him with the spikes and the skulls, so I did that. I actually took the skulls and actually drilled through them with a drill, and I stuck the spike all the way through to make it as realistic as possible. I did the basing myself with like the dead guard, just a PDF there, Planetary Defense Forces, and then camo is like my choice. It's like my calling signature. It's my painting signature. Yeah, I did these. These took me a while, and then this one here's name is Vulture. So this is Vulture, and this is Mongrel. So Vulture is kind of like kind of got some like just a little bit crustier, a little bit nastier. I put a demon skull on top because I thought a demon skull would look badass. No other skulls on this guy, but what I do have are some flayed humans hanging by chains that just rattle on his back while he walks. So yeah, this is very grim dark. I fully embraced it. And there's another PDF on the ground right there, just dead. But I got the flame with the muzzle burn there. It took me a while to learn that, but once I got the muzzle burn down, it looks so fucking cool. Thank you so much. Hell yeah. I know, right? Yep. Thank you, Don. Thank you. Yeah, I think they do too. Just very chaosy. That's why I like chaos, and I love being the bad guys. I'm not gonna lie. You just have more fun with the bad guys. So like, I just had to make it as grim dark as humanly possible, and I got a pretty fucked up mind. Probably from the military, but like, I watched a lot of horror movies, and like, I'm just kind of drawn to that, and I listen to like metal and rock. So, um, I just kind of put a lot of my pain and emotion and my imagination and creativity into these little plastic dudes. It's like one of the only things I'm good at too. I'm not really good at a lot. So, but painting and art, I've always that's kind of been my wheelhouse. I wish I was better at other things. Like I can't dance, I can't really sing, but I think being an artist in my own way that's my outlet. I work out too, of course, but I'm not like, I'm not breaking any marathon freaking records or anything like that. So, but I try to keep up with my fitness and try to maintain this. But I got a lot of pain and aches all over. So, but I do what I can. I'm probably gonna work out tomorrow. Actually, I should. So, if anyone's looking for a sign to work out, this is me telling you, please work out, take care of yourselves. Even if you're doing a half an hour in the gym, 20 minutes, do something. So if you're looking for someone to tell you to do something, drill sergeant, freaking boot up your ass. There you go. So take care of yourselves. Yep. I did. Thank you, Don. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I did find my calling. I think I did. And that's why I wanted to start a YouTube. I mean, I've had YouTube for a while, but like I was a firearms instructor too, in the military. And then when I got out, and then when I was on YouTube, that's when I started to see like YouTube cracking down on firearm stuff. So I had to kind of I had to freaking stop that because I'm like, it's really hard to make it in on YouTube as a firearms guy. Like if you're not a Navy SEAL or you're not like a multi-millionaire and you have like all this money and you could have this huge production thing, like you're not really going to get that big on YouTube. And like I just kind of gave up on being a firearms instructor for YouTube, unfortunately. But I kind of like experimented with a couple things, like trying social media out, and then I got into Warhammer, watching other people painting or watching people like on tabletop tactics or play on tabletop, like a lot of really fun 40k, or of course the lore, right? I love the lore. um, and that kind of inspired me to create my own Warhammer channel, my own 40k channel. And I decided to go on the hobby side of things. So I don't consider myself as much of a gamer, but I still know a lot about the lore. I'm not a lore master by any means, but I love the hobby side of it. So painting and just just the things you can do with it. Not there's 3D printers and like the amount of third party stuff you can get. It's phenomenal. Like I don't just buy from Games Workshop. I buy off Etsy. Buy off eBay. So there's like a lot of really cool things you can get from other artists that make 3D printed stuff, and it's amazing. So that's another good reason to be in it now, Magnus, too, is that this is such an exciting time to be in the hobby because like right now it's like 40k is like peak right now. They are kicking ass, and that's really good for us. And I'm glad that they're not mainstream. They're kind of getting there. I still want them to be kind of, like its own. I don't want it to be mainstream. I don't want it to turn into Star Wars, you know what I mean? But I don't want it to get freaking colorful. Like I like the grim dark, I like the gritty, I like the death, like Trench Crusade style. I love that. That's my aesthetic. Um, Oh, Ellie says my Wi-Fi is shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Magnus says I love working out. Hell yeah. Magnus said I haven't gone recently because I've been really sick, but I'm aching to go again. Yeah. No, same. I I'm going to work out tomorrow. I'm making it. God is my witness. As you are my witnesses, I'm going to work out tomorrow. So no excuses. I'm going tomorrow. I was sick for a little bit, but I mean, I try to do like a little pity workout, but it ain't much. But at least I'm trying to get in there. And then Don Yen said, for me, it was mini wargaming. Oh, that's cool. Mini wargaming Dave, and after that, I burned 500 on Rabute, sorry, and I started at 8th. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, that's awesome. I'll have to look up mini wargaming. I'll have to look that up. I appreciate the recommendation there. I'll look that up. LED says, I'll be back. Have to change the song. Okay. Yeah, Magnus says Grimdark is just my thing. Same thing, man. Absolutely. Yep. I'm in this hobby and I love it for the Grimdark, and I really hope they don't try to get away from that. They don't try to color it up too much or like no. No. Don't touch our freaking lore. Don't touch our hobby. We like it the way it is, you know. We like the freaking grim darkness of the far future. The endless war. I love it. I love everything about it. So let me get a little bit more varnish here. I done finished this arm. I haven't varnished this arm yet, but I'm just gonna go ahead and varnish it up. I didn't do it yesterday. I probably should have, but I didn't. Oops. I just realized I should. So I'm gonna go ahead and varnish this up. Protect the paint. Go. Sweet. And I just let this dry for a little bit. Put this over here. Shaboom. Let me finish varnishing. I didn't varnish this guy's feet yet, so I'm going to go ahead and varnish this guy's feet because I just painted his claws. So this Havoc Marine just painted his freaking claws and everything. So it doesn't look too good on camera because the focus is out. I don't have a lot of money, so I put all my money into like other stuff, but and like actual minis. But if I make more money, I want to get a better camera so I could actually do this proper. Oh, it's done. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, I'll put this guy to the side, let him dry. So I got the varnish on. That's the second coat of varnish. So that should be good on him. I always do 2 coats personally just because, I just imagine myself gaming and I got sticky fingers because sometimes I sweat. So I don't want to ruin my sweet freaking paint jobs. I'd be pretty upset. And yes, I've dropped my minis multiple times and it sucks, but I could just glue them back together. So, oh, it's the worst. Magnus says there's not too much stuff like Warhammer, and it's just so special. It really is, man. I agree. I agree. Like Dune universe, maybe. Mad Max for sure. Mad Max is there, and then Trench Crusade, like as a game, is like just about there. But those are like the only ones that I can think of off the top of my head, like that universe that's like that. And Warhammer is just peak, absolutely peak. Mimes1260 says, "I curse unto you a curse of sickness if you don't work out tomorrow." Hell yeah! Thank you, Mimes. I need a kick in the ass to do. Do I watch any sports? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I watch baseball, a little bit of football. I kind of fell out with it with the NFL for a couple of reasons, but I do watch baseball. So my condolences, says Mimes. Don Yan says, "Well, that kid's crying. Gotta run. You got my subscription. Keep doing this, man. Awesome job with your minis." Thank you very much, Don. You're awesome. I appreciate everything, sir. It's really, really good knowing you. And we're going to hang out more. So I hope to see you on future videos. So talk some more. We're very much the same. LED says, "Oh, give me some good songs." Magnus says, "Listen to Alice in Chains." Magnus says, "I watched the 3 of Big Sports." Hell yeah. Is Halo in that kind of grim darkness? Ooh. No, they're not. They could be. They could be. I mean, if you throw in the Flood, and I think the Forerunners and that whole thing, like that's pretty grim dark. Like literally an entire advanced civilization being wiped out by the Flood. That's fucking grim dark. That's badass. LED says, "Which song from them?" Magnus says, "Just start with the most popular, Man in the Box." Hell yeah. I'm the man in the box, buried in my shit. It's rock and roll, Mimes. Grunge rock and roll. So you could probably classify them as metal. Like metal grunge. They're definitely grunge for sure. Yeah. So they're from the '90s, but they're an awesome band. So one of my favorite grunge bands, of course. I love Nirvana too. So big Nirvana fan also. Like grunge is kind of my style too. So if you ever see me out and about, like dressed, I got like a flannel on, I got baggy jeans, I got my fucking hat, hair's messed up. So like I'm a grunge kind of guy. So that's just my aesthetic. Oh, LED says, "Why is it sad?" Oh, it's hitting her. She's like, "Whoa, this is sad." Another really good. Me misses LOL. I also use Rust as well, so this is a really good Getting the grunge experience. Yep. For sure. Ellie, that's not even their saddest song. Damn, it's 11 p.m. Where am I? Oh, shit. If it's 11 p.m. by you, you must be Eastern time. I know Ellie's in New York. So, by me, I'm CST because I'm up in Minnesota. So... Save me. Go add rust to it. Really nice. It's an enamel technically, but rust on like chainmail just goes hard as fuck. So LED says they're sadder than this. Oh yes, Ellie. There is definitely sadder than that. Yeah, that's not even the sad one. That's like, I mean, there's fun songs too. There's fun songs too. Like it's not all just bleak and shit. They have a lot of bleak fucking songs, don't get me wrong. Sorry for cursing a lot, but that's just how I am. Why am I crying, bro? Aw, Ellie. He says understandable. I should, but I'm enjoying this live. It is just that good. Yes, it is. Ellie's eyes have been opened just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh no, I'm out of Coke Zero. That's fine. We've been on this for almost 90 minutes. Thank you so much for being with me, everybody. I really appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. Are there ones that are not sad? Yes, there are. Yes, there are. I would thinking of some fun songs. Let me think here. You could switch it up a little bit, Ellie. Have you ever heard of Stone Temple Pilots? Which ones won't make me cry? Oh my gosh. So there's other grunge songs that are not. Ellie says no. Oh. You could look up. I mean, you could do like Interstate Love Song. That's kind of a fun song. By Stone Temple Pilots, STP. Interstate Love Song. It's a nice vibe. It's chill. It's a good song. You don't want to hear gut wrenching music every time. And then me and Magnus just have it on repeat. That's why we are the way that we are. We're like, we love it, though. That's the thing. We love it. There are some songs I won't listen to, and I've told Ellie this. There's certain songs that are like too sad even for me, and I'm like, I can't listen to that. And a lot of it's like country. So you turn on some sad country songs like Whiskey Lullaby. I'm like, nope, I cannot handle that song right now. So Magnus says, hell yeah, bro, hell yeah. Awesome. You don't want to hear gut wrenching music every time. Nemus, you're so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's true. Ellie says I cry to a lot of songs, but I still listen to them. Yeah, that's a good point. She does do that. She respects the music. She respects the music. What are some good grunge song recommendations? Holy shit. Dude, you just opened up a can of worms. I mean, man, I do too, Ellie. I do too. Some good grunge song recommendations. Oh my god. Holy shit. Hold on, let me finish this. That is quite the ask. I don't think I've ever been asked that before. Music is goated. Yeah, whole can of worms with that question. Absolutely, yeah. Mima said, let's see. So, Alice in Chains, if you want to hear some good freaking songs, right? So, the ones that we already talked about before, but like Rain When I Die, dope fucking song. Ellie, if you listen to that song, you're going to be like, this is so powerful. But, Rain When I Die, freaking Down in the Hole. If you want to write these down. Also, Bleed the Freak. So Bleed the Freak's another good one. Love, Hate, Love. That's another one. I mean, you could just keep going on and on. Rotten Apple. That's another good one. Grind. So Grind is good. Name your god and bleed the freak. Yup. Yeah, Bleed the Freak's fucking badass. So there's so many more. Shigarakai Fine AF. Let's see. What about some Nirvana? Let me see. Freak out. I don't know if y'all can see me. Oh, there's Jahil. Hey, Jahil. Maybe if I flip my camera around, hold up. No, not working. All right, Mimes, you're good. Mimes, check out Soundgarden too. Band called Soundgarden. Magnus said, I'm going to go to bed now. Thanks for this goated ass stream. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Thank you for joining. Magnus, you're awesome. You and me, really good friends already. I like you a lot, man. I definitely want to see you on the other streams, and I'm gonna sub to a lot of you guys. So if you sub to me, I will sub you back. I'm trying to get to 500 subscriptions, so 500 subscribers. I apologize. So 500 subscribers is my goal. Y'all could help me by reaching that. And I like hanging out with you people a lot. I really do. Thank you, Magnus. I appreciate that, sir. And we will definitely see each other in the future. Cool. All right. I'm gonna be calling it too. I wanna watch Stranger Things a little bit. So and it's hard for me to do this while I'm watching Stranger Things, but I will be on here. I'll probably be on here tomorrow night. So if anybody wants to be on here tomorrow night, like 8 o'clock, 8:30 p.m. CST, that's usually when I'm on. I would love to see you guys there again. So I really appreciate everybody sticking it out, hanging out with me, And I really, Ellie says I'll be there. Yay, Ellie! Oh my gosh. Thank you, Ellie. Big hearts for you, Ellie. Thank you. My #1 fan. Oh, Ellie. You make the night a lot better. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. Big hearts. Big virtual hug for you. All right, Ellie, you take care. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you again.